Well, I thought it was a really good first dry run through for us. The last 10 minutes of both halves were really good, offensively and defensively. We were pretty efficient offensively most of the night for 40 minutes, but our defense, the first 10 minutes of each half, wasn't near where I would have liked it. We got a new lineup. Cam's been new to it because Alex is out, and obviously Walker's new to it from a year ago. So we know those things are going to take a little bit of time, but the last 10 minutes of each half, I thought on both ends we were really good.
Coach, your rebounding, I know that's going to be a question mark coming into this year. I don't expect you probably anticipated 12 rebounds from Hugh.
Yeah, not a lot of point guards get 12 rebounds and no points. So, but Hugh just plays so hard, and Hugh knows what the emphasis is. Hugh knows what best helps us win games, and I'm not concerned about the points. I'm not concerned about the shooting. I know that'll come for him, but he knows that's an emphasis, and he gets 12 rebounds. And that's what Hugh does. He stabilizes us. He gives us that stable force. He's doing a good job of helping the young guys. And he had 12, and there was probably 3 or 4 others he had his hands on. He could have easily had 16 tonight. So we just got to get some of these other guards rebound at the level that he is.
Coach, how much has Cam's offensive game improved?
Greatly. I think since he's gotten back to the States, he's really done a good job here in the fall. He's had a very good late August. His September and October have been very good. He's healthy, which is something that he's always had some nagging injuries, but he's really healthy. And he's had 2 good years. He's had 2 years of playing against Drew Gordon, A.J. Hardiman, and these two have been rocks for us the last 2 years. So to get to play against those guys every day in practice, get to play against Alex every day in practice, he's just getting better. And, that's what we've got to have. And I think, Alex gets back in the mold. Probably could have played tonight, but we didn't want to risk anything. Get him back in the mold. That really helps us up front.
Seen some of the guys in a 4-guard set. What'd you see out of it? What'd you like, Coach?
Well, what we thought the positives are, you're going to have games where you have 23 assists, 8 turnovers. Because a lot of times we do have 4 guards out there, so we got a lot of good ball handlers. We got guys that can drive it. We got guys that can shoot it. We didn't shoot the 3 great, but we made 8 threes. They shot the ball 31 times. There's going to be a lot of long, loose rebounds. So I've got to watch tape. We've got to get more rebounds out of Nick and Chad. Guys like this are going to have to rebound more, and they know that. They're filling themselves out. I told Nick to go in and didn't tell him who to go in for, and he just went to the scores table, and I have no idea who he's going to check in for. But then he's like, hey, who do I go in? Yeah, that's something you probably want to find out before you go to the scores table. But that's freshmen. They're learning. They've never had media timeouts. They've never played in front of crowds like this. We had probably 11, 12,000 here tonight. They've never played in front of that. So it's different for those guys, and I think they'll make some good adjustments. Probably redshirt and Devin. That's why he didn't play tonight. And we're real excited about that. I think he's making a really good decision there because I think he's got a bright, bright future. And that'll give us a whole year to slow his process down, get him in a weight room, get him stronger, and learn how to be a big guard. So we're excited about that.
Coach, back to Nick a little bit. He's a player I know you guys are expecting a lot out of because of the front court depth or lack of. Was it a good thing that he hit his first 3?
Well, I think he's somebody that can shoot that. So, he ended up having 6 shots and 4 of them were threes. I think, depending on how the game's going, but he did get to the free throw line. I'd like to see him rebound more. He had no offensive rebounds. But he's thinking out there right now. He's really overthinking. He missed, with the concussion, he missed 4 or 5 practices. So, and that was a time we were putting a lot of stuff in. So he's not familiar as he should be with the plays and what we're doing offensively. And that'll come, but I thought he was pretty active. He tried defensively. He tried doing the things that we want him to do. But as the year unfolds, rebounding and getting out and running the floor are going to be things that we really want to see him doing.
Thoughts on how Demetrius played tonight?
Well, those guards, I thought Demetrius and Kendall and, Tony played well. I thought those guys were very good. They took care of the ball. They assisted people. They made good basketball plays, and they set up each other really nice. And when you do that and you get good shots, these guys are skilled enough, they're going to make good shots.
Who impressed you the most tonight?
Oh, I don't know if one single player. I think if our guards did an awfully nice job, and then, seeing Cam, in our last scrimmage with Alex out, Cam had I think 33-16 in that scrimmage, and here he is against a first opponent of the season. He gets 22-8. That's encouraging. So these other guys, we kind of know what they can do. I think seeing Cam, he was I don't know if Frank knows. I think he was 11 for 12 in our last scrimmage at the free throw line, and he was 6 for 6 tonight. So him going 17 for 18 at the free throw line is a huge improvement over a year ago. So he's shown some pretty good progress here in the last couple weeks.
With Jamal only getting 8 minutes, is that something like you're preparing to play without him?
Yeah, we have to. The first 3 games were without him. So we've got to figure out who's that backup point guard to Hughes going to be. We tried Kendall tonight, and I thought Kendall was terrific. So you're going to see those guards get an awful lot of minutes. You'll see Walt get minutes at the 4 spot, and you're going to see him get minutes at the 3 spot. And Kendall will be playing the swing, and he'll also have to play some point when we give Hugh a blow. But we wanted to increase probably the more minutes that we wanted to play tonight, but we got to get those guys used to playing heavy minutes because Hugh and Kendall and Tony and Walk, these are guys that are going to be around that 30-plus minute level, and so they've got to get trained that way.
What did you think about the pace of the game, Coach? Is that where you wanted it to be?
I wasn't so concerned about the pace as much as I wanted to see our pace at half court. At halftime, it was 14-0 in transition points, and we've been brutal in practice in transition defense. So I thought a big positive was we took their transition away, and that's a positive for us. So I think we made strides in our transition defense, and that's going to have to continue to get better because Davidson really flies, and they got 5 guys in the lineup that can shoot the ball. So we got a long way to go. Tomorrow's November 1, and we wake up, we know we got 12 days left. We got a lot of practices, kind of going to be unique. Not this week, but next week we're going to practice late to try to get our guys used to playing a game of basketball at 10, 11 o'clock at night. So, hopefully they'll have some fun with it and get prepared that way for Davidson.
Coach, can you just give one comment on 35 on Hersey?
Well, he had 28 points, so he had a big night. Very explosive offensively. I think he led them in scoring last night against Auburn as well. So prolific scorer. He's very hard to guard, unorthodox. I thought made some really tough shots that we defended pretty well, but obviously an outstanding player.
You were concerned about shooting too many threes.
Much better tonight. Yeah, our scrimmage a little under a week ago, we shot 53s. So to come into this game and shoot 25, that's more to my liking. If we have a game where we're really on, that can creep up towards 30. But 50 is way too many, and that's what we had in our scrimmage. So the guys cut that in half, and I thought we had a good balance. We went inside. We ran 2 set plays for Cam, and Kendall drove and hit Demetrius for wide open threes. So they're making good basketball plays. They're seeing what the defense takes away, and anytime they take it away, you got to make the next read. And I thought our guys did that well tonight. We got to the free throw line. We didn't foul. So there were some things obviously disappointed defensively, but much better than what we saw on Saturday in the scrimmage. And I think a lot of that has to do with you're playing somebody else.
With 56 points in the paint, was that something you guys wanted to focus on in this exhibition game, or was it just kind of you took what they gave you?
Well, we always go inside out, and obviously our inside's going to be Cam and Alex. So we want to get the ball inside. You can't, and the emphasis, our guys know there was an emphasis the last 3 days on we're not going to just jack threes. We've got to attack in transition, which we did. I don't know what our transition points were, but we had to be in the 20s somewhere on transition points. We did a really good job of attacking the basket in transition. But then I thought we really tried to establish Cam. And that was really the only post guy we have to establish with Alex being out. Once Alex gets in, we got a couple guys we can do that with.
I know you touched on it, but barring any setbacks, will Alex still play against Highlands?
Yeah, like I said, he could have played tonight. But again, it's early. We're in October. I don't want to risk anything of him tweaking something that's not fully strong. Tomorrow will be basically watching film, do some 5-on-0 and get a lift in. So, and then Friday's their day off. So it gives him another 2 days so that he can do some conditioning, a lot of aerobic stuff tomorrow and Friday. And then Saturday will be the first time he really gets contact. So hopefully the 2 extra days plus today gets him full strength by the time we get to the weekend.
Pancake played better in the second half. He looked a little more confident.
Yeah, they're freshmen. I thought Nick settled down a little bit, and Pancake did a really good job. He drove the ball. He made some good plays. I really liked how he and Corey played off one another. You got Corey who can really shoot the basketball, and you got Pancake who's a big-time driver. and can do things inside the arc. And I thought they complemented each other really well.
Anything else?
After tonight, what are going to be some things that you're going to be working on in practice?
Well, I'll watch the tape. We'll watch the tape and try to get better here in the next 4 or 5 days. But we'll spend a lot of time the next 48 hours. This gives us a tape that's different than just watching each other. So having a different opponent and knowing what we got to look at on film, that's where all the answers are. So we need to watch film to see what the questions and get those answered correctly.